What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for clicking on this video. For those of you who may be new to the channel, my name is Terence and I'm a first year medical student. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you enjoy these videos. I'll be putting out weekly videos just like this every single week, so make sure you subscribe and come along for the journey. I just recently did a podcast episode with some guys from my undergrad university, Stony Brook University. They have a podcast called Chai with the Pre-Med Guys. I'll link everything in the description. We had a nice 40-minute conversation about just my story, how I stood out as a pre-med applicant and as a pre-med student in general, what my mindset was, how I kind of balance all my activities and different things, and what you should maybe do in the future for yourself. Here's a little snippet of it. It's about a 5-minute clip of some of the key takeaways from the podcast and some of the key factors I felt you may need as far as how to stand out as a pre-med applicant. I highly recommend going and checking out the full-length conversation. It is a great conversation and you'll get to learn more about some of the tips that I have for you guys as pre-med students. So make sure you go check it out. I'll put everything in the description. Like I said, again, enjoy the video and let's get it.
I think that's something that I myself, even like, it took me a while to learn that I can't just be goal oriented. You have to be process oriented and just learn to do things that you like. And if you kind of look at it, your entire story, a lot of pre-meds, they're focused on, oh, like I need to fill up my 15 activities. I need to do this many hours of this many hours of that. But in a way, your entire story just seems to be one really strong activity, which is just something that you ended up enjoying. So I just wanted to ask, like, for all those students that just it's kind of a stress for them that, you know, they see someone that's doing 10 different things and they're like, I have to do those 10 different things because I need to be well-rounded. What's just one final piece of advice you would give them just to ward them off from that jack of all trades but master of none kind of mentality?
Right. I 100% agree with that. And that's something I kind of live by in my everyday life. And even as a Stony Brook student, you see that. And as a pre-med student, I'm sure plenty of people see that, where it's the case of, I see everybody that's in all these different clubs. They're in like 5 different research labs. I don't know how you have time for that. I don't know how you're taking 21 credits somehow at the same time. You know, this person is out competing me. They're going to get into medical school and I'm not. That's what you think. And then you turn around and those same people that are in all these clubs, you know, they're struggling to get into medical school on their second try and you got into 10. And then you think like, all right, I was a little crazy back then, or maybe what I was doing to somebody else probably seemed like it was crazy. Like the things that I was doing, the amount of stuff that I was working on simultaneously, might have seemed like a lot to a lot of people. You know, when you're a pre-med, your first priority is grades. Get your grades. If you get in good grades, you can get into medical school, and then you're focused on everything else. And they tell you have to do all these different things to get into medical school. Really, I think you really have to do a few things. Do projects and volunteer experiences that you're passionate about. The second thing would be get involved in some research because it does help you stand out, but don't just get involved to do it. Get involved to a level where you actually give it a honest try. Like I said, I didn't really like my research in the beginning. I could have easily quit the lab and said it wasn't for me, but it wasn't until I asked those questions why and gave it an honest try that I realized this is what I liked. I like creating. I like to think about scientific method and how I can look at the literature and everything that's going on and how can I contribute to pushing medicine forward, approaching it with that mentality. So I'd say passion project, volunteer experiences, doesn't have to be medical related. Just find something that you love to do. Second thing, get involved in some research. Obviously, the third is keep your grades up, get good grades, MCAT. The fourth thing is get some shadowing experience. Get some experience that you could write in your personal statement, and some healthcare experience that you can write in your personal statement that says, I know what healthcare is about, and I know that the life of a doctor is what I want to take on. A lot of people miss the point of the difference between the doctors and every other healthcare profession. It's not helping people. It's not helping people more. It's not diminishing those other healthcare jobs' responsibilities. It's actually, you're the CEO, you know, you're the boss. And initially when I was applying to medical school, I had the wrong mentality. And I'm lucky I didn't apply when I wanted to apply because I had the wrong mentality. My mentality was the corner office guy. the head of the OR, right? You want to be put on this pedestal. And what I realized is, as the boss, you know, you are an employee to everybody else. You are the person that has to hold yourself accountable at all costs. Everything is your fault. Everything should be your fault. You have to embrace that. So being the type of person that embraces everything is your fault, being a leader, and by being a leader, that means taking responsibility for everything, understanding how to give responsibility and kind of navigate that world and deviate to other people. Those are the things that those are the things that separate being a doctor and being everything else. It's that responsibility. It's owning up. Like I said, when I wanted to be pre-med or when I wanted to be athletic trainer, I was like, I want the responsibility of a doctor. I don't want to wait for a doctor to tell me I could take off the athlete's helmet. I just want you to be able to do it. I don't want to wait for the doctor to tell me I could proceed with these, treating the patient. I want to just be able to do it, right? I want to be the final call. I want to be the guy with the pressure on my shoulders. That's what we want to do. That's what we want as doctors. We want to be the ones that are making the final call. So I'd say those are the things that you want to focus on in your application. Everything else will fall into play. As long as you have...
Thank you guys for watching that snippet. Again, if you're interested in watching and listening to the full length, make sure you go check out their website and go check out their podcast, Chai with the Pre-Med Guys. I'll link all the information in the description. Thank you again for Wali and Saeed for having me on. You guys are awesome and paving the way for future pre-meds in the future. So I can't thank you guys enough for everything. So be sure to check them out and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.